are these people?
Speaking of churches.
Yep.
This is an interesting one. If people haven't been paying attention, there's secret tunnels.
Secret tunnel through the mountains. Secret tunnel.
Yeah. Secret tunnel.
You were waiting to do that this whole night, weren't you?
Definitely. Definitely.
The joy on your face.
Yep. If anyone gets that in the chat, let me know. New York Synagogue raid reveals hidden tunnels, Care Bear. Police clashed with Orthodox Jews who fought to defend passages they had apparently dug under the city streets. That, in and of itself, before we even get to the story, is ridiculous. I just wanted to point that out. It's fucking wild. Like, anyway, so police in New York made multiple arrests on Monday after crowds of Orthodox Jews rioted when construction crews attempted to fill in secret tunnels that had been dug under a synagogue. Officers were called to the Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters, keep that in your head, to deal with a crowd of young Jewish men who had allegedly vandalized cement trucks brought in by municipal workers to seal off a tunnel under the building. Known locally as the 770, after its address at 770 Eastern Parkway in the predominantly Jewish neighborhood of Crown Heights, the building is the headquarters of the Chabad movement, which is one of the world's largest Hasidic Jewish organizations. Okay? As officers moved into the synagogue, men in traditional Jewish garb began pulling wooden panels off the interior walls in an apparent effort to widen the entrance to the tunnel. Crowds jeered at police officers who tried to pull protesters from the tunnel entrance, and 10 people were arrested following scuffles between police and worshipers, local news site Crown Heights Info reported. So this is from TikTok, who deleted their entire thread, by the way, Collin, on this. It's all gone. This is all I have left of it. Okay. Here's how it all started. Bochurim ripped wooden panels to prevent a cement truck from sealing off the recently discovered tunnels. They then went inside the tunnel and started to learn. The NYPD was immediately called. pic.twitter.com. So Censored Men had this video, luckily, and grabbed it before it got taken down. So the NYPD discovers secret tunnels under a synagogue in New York, right? So this is where some of the bullshit starts, Collin. The tunnel allowed members of Chabad, a Hasidic Jewish sect, to attend the synagogue during lockdown. Okay? That's
right.
What they've said so far. We're going to get into why that's not the case, mainly because this was built 6 months ago. But I digress. Let's watch some beautiful bean footage. Look, here they are, pulling Hasidic Jews out of the tunnel. You can see the wooden panels that were removed, right? Here's some of them literally crawling out of the tunnel. We're gonna get back to him in a minute. So, yeah, I mean, stuff is just wild here, right? So, let's go to the next bit. So there's the tunnel back there, right? You can see it. They're just hiding back there, chilling, pretty much. So this guy, let's see if we have sound. So this is one of the cops at this event. Listen to what he says. It's going to be tough to hear, but let's see if you can hear what he says to these people. Here, I'll full screen it for the folks at home.
Because there was a guy wanting to go out. There was a guy wanting to go out. It says no. I want to clear the whole shoe out.
He wants to clear the whole shoe out. I think that's how you pronounce it, right? Shul. It's like the whole thing.
Shoe? Why is that?
They want to fix this tonight.
They need the true clear.
And to why we need to expend something, not
But not like this.
not fake.
We don't do that in America.
We don't do. You might do that in Israel, but we don't do that in America. That's what he said. So good for him. Anyway, although he's how much hair product do you think he uses to keep that hair together like that?
I mean,
it's
typical
enough.
Italian.
Yeah.
Italian, as
Like,
it is.
I bet he knows a nice place to get the fucking sapacel and the fucking anyway. I'm getting ahead of myself.
I
So
look like Kyle Kalinske, kind of.
a little bit, sure. Mattresses were found in the tunnels underneath the Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters. Collin, why would they need mattresses in here? Especially heavily stained ones. I mean, did you catch the ridiculous stain on that mattress? What?
Yes.
Who would use it? Ugh. What is that? That's awful. Yeah. So let's get into this Shabbat movement, shall we? The Jewish Shabbat movement, which dug tunnels in New York City, holding a tiny soiled mattress and a high chair, we'll get to that high chair in a minute, has long been linked to child sex abuse. Hersher Pecker, one of its most prominent members, admitted in 1991 to doing things that shouldn't be done to a 5-year-old girl. He admitted this. Creator of Chabad's famous menorah sexually abused girl lawsuit claims survivor of the alleged abuse, a 36-year-old woman living in Israel, is trying to get possession of her abuser's brass menorah, normally displayed at 770 Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn. Okay, so just in case you were wondering, on August 27, 1991, ruling which JTA reviewed says that Pecker admitted to one unspecified offense but not another. The defendant admitted that he did things that are not to be done. The ruling says in Hebrew. On the other hand, he did admit to all, the heart of it, the deception that he was accused of. The rabbinical court said Pecker had been ordered to undergo treatment with an expert counselor, but had not submitted evidence showing that he had done so. The plaintiff's father wasn't satisfied with the court's ruling, but feeling helpless, he moved on, the plaintiff claims. So, yeah, fun. Multiple entrances to the tunnel system were secured, Crown Heights Info said. It is unclear when the tunnels were dug or for what reason. Unverified sources on social media suggest that they were excavated during the 2020 and 2021 coronavirus lockdowns so that the members of the Chabad could pray in secret. Jewish news site Forward claimed that they were dug in the last year or two in order to illegally expand the building. So that's the direct contradiction here, right?
Right.
But wait, there's more. Benjamin Rubenstein writes, this was not simply a tunnel to attend temple during COVID-19. An Israeli honeypot was also busted in Boston. The Biden and Netanyahu regimes are falling out. Biden is cleaning up known Mossad ops. Now Zionists know what it's like to have their holy sites raided. So this is a Zionist organization, for those confused. On their website, you donate to their frontline efforts. So here's at Shabbat headquarters. We are in touch with our representatives on the front lines, providing much needed physical and emotional support to the many who have experienced loss, as well as those on the mend. You can donate now. So there's that. So we get to Lord Spaghetti, which take a lot of this with grains of salt because there's a lot of stuff going around right now. But if you're trying to post about the Jew tunnels, at least give the proper context. They found the tunnels at the literal Shabbat World Headquarters. The most powerful Jews from every country fly in and out of here to discuss how to influence the leaders of their host nation. They have been in the ear of every president since you've been alive. Let's count them up. Look, Donald Trump, George Bush, that's Reagan. Putin, that's Daddy Bush.
Daddy.
Boris Johnson, right? Guess what? There's a few more. Look at that. Zelensky, Obama.
Like legit.
Close enough. So I wanted to bring this from Torah Judaism, right? An important statement about the tunnels under a synagogue in Brooklyn, walking a tightrope, Chabad's complicated relationship with Zionism. Chabad Lubavitch, anti-Zionist Torah, is great danger to the Jewish community. The synagogue where the tunnels are located belongs to the Chabad Lubavitch community, a structure known for its support of Zionism in Israel. In particular, Chabad Lubavitch rabbis have secret agreements and complicated relations with Netanyahu and the Israeli state. They are the community that supports Zionism the most in the Holy Land. In the past, they appeared to be anti-Zionism. Later, as a result of the information that emerged, it was revealed that they secretly supported Zionism. When I grew up in the 1970s, explained Chaim Rappaport, a British Chabad rabbi, author, and scholar, my friends to the right from Satmar or Brisk would harass me by saying the Reb was a Zionist, whereas my friends from the left would taunt me that the Reb was anti-Israel. Still today, one hears both of these arguments. For me, as a Lubavitcher, I see the Reb as having espoused an extremely nuanced position, often walking a tightrope. Chabad schools across the world do not mark Independence Day. They are adamantly opposed to the national anthem, Hatkiva. Even waving an Israeli flag or having one in a Shabbat center is frowned upon. Nonetheless, the strong support Shabbat offers Israeli soldiers is well documented, as are the meetings of numerous Israeli heads of state with the late Shabbat leader at his office in Brooklyn, who sought his counsel on internet and even security affairs. Throughout the years, the Reb received correspondence from and was frequently visited by senior officials in the Israeli government and IDF. Rappaport writes in his book, The Afterlife of Scholarship, the visitors included 5 of Israeli prime ministers, Menachem Begin, Yitzhak Rabin, Shimon Peres, Ariel Sharon, and Benjamin Netanyahu, who visited the Reb in Brooklyn at various stages of their career. In addition, there was a steady stream of visiting military and intelligence leaders, as well as ministers and Knesset members from the entire gambit of the Israeli political spectrum. In fact, the Reb's support was not just by offering advice and blessings, as Rappaport tells the Jerusalem Post. The Reb once gave $10,000 to Rabin as a contribution for building the land, so he recognized that the state of Israel was good for the Jews, and that it provided a homeland for our people in the Holy Land. So why the opposition to the state's Independence Day national anthem and flag? The Reb once met with yeshiva students in the 1960s, and they asked him point blank if he was a Zionist. Says Rappaport, he responded, "If Israel is a state of Jews, then I am not a Zionist. But if it is a Jewish state, then I am a Zionist." What, Collin? How does, what? Like, if Israel is a state of Jews, then I am not a Zionist. But if it's a Jewish state, then I am a Zionist? Like, what? The Reb had a problem with the government of the state of Israel, Rappaport explains, because it was a secular government and excluded and in some cases violated Jewish law. So any religious Jews will, by definition, not be able to identify with a government, particularly in the Holy Land, which is not in keeping with the Torah. Chabad Lubavitch has definitely always supported Zionism in Israel. Their opposition to Israel and Zionism in the past is related to Israel being secular. Anti-Zionist Jews have always kept their distance from the Chabad Lubavitch community. Chabad Lubavitch is not actual anti-Zionist. Pretending to be anti-Zionist is just a scam for their own political gain. Zionist Israel Chabad, if it becomes a state as Lubavitch wants, it will protect Israel more from the Zionists. Okay, so confirmed that it's the Chabad Lubavitch, correct? The same one that donated to the IDF and the same one who Millier thanked for his election victory. Blue Moon Red Wine weighing in. Argentinian herself. She has some strong words against that guy. Can't blame her. Argentinian president-elect visits Lubavitcher Reb's grave. Javier Milei, a Catholic who wants to convert to Judaism after his term in office, thanks late Chabad Lubavitch Rabbi Schneerson for election win. Knesset member Bezalel Smotrich thanks Chabad Lubavitch of Southwest Florida for their efforts assisting soldiers and civilians. Okay, so, what's next? Why is that blank? Okay, so this is an entrance to, like, this is the actual tunnels. All right, so there's no sound, so it's even more eerie. So, you know, if you want to play your own Doom soundtrack in your head, you're welcome to. But here they are. So this is the tunnels. Now I want you to keep your eye out, Collin, for a particular baby carrier.
Okay.
So keep looking. There it is. Look right there. That's that little high chair. Now, Collin, me and you have been in this political scene for a minute. We've seen these supposed videos of Hamas tunnels, right? Any of them this intricate?
No.
So far?
No.
I mean, this is craziness. Like, that's in New York, Collin.
Right.
Bro, like, how'd that happen with no one noticing? You know? So we're gonna get to that in a second as well. So why is there a high chair? This person asks, and literally found the exact like high chair this is. Right? How much is it? $219 for this high chair? Just hanging out down here, looking awful and like apocalyptic. So we saw this guy coming out of the vents, right? So try to remember what this looks like. We got this little thing here, the brick, this red thing, right? So also how suspicious does that look, by the way? Like, I mean, he literally like pushes the camera away, you know, but just try to keep this location in your headspace for a second, right? Someone did this.
Now I want to show you an operational tunnel. The tunnel is built with electricity.
That's that Israeli guy talking about tunnels, which is just amazing. So here, Collin, let's this is that same location, right? Brick with the thing and the thing. They've covered it up. But let's get a look on the inside, shall we? So we've got milk crates, right? Wood. So now, again, keep this location in your head because we're about to look here. Would you like to know where this location is, Collin?
No way.
The underground Jewish tunnels found in New York are connected to the local Children's Museum. Okay, so it was 770, right? This is Kingston Ave, not too far away, right? So we'll get a better map in a second, but like, I mean, that's clearly the same spot, right? So we're gonna get to that again. So this guy said it could be connected to the bank in the neighborhood as well, not for a heist, meaning they could launder cash easily. Who owns the bank, right? So this is 770 tunnel to bank. So here's this Jewish Children's Museum, right? Over here. Here's the bank over here, and here's the Shabbat Center. Okay? So just in case we're wondering, right? course, there's a
And
Bank of
there's a
America.
subway in the middle of all of that.
Yes. So this is such a good idea. It probably already exists. There's probably some tunnels to banks right now. Future bank heist, the police surround the bank, and the robbers exit through the tunnel and get away with the money. This happened in Argentina a few years ago. Okay. So back to this RT article. It is unclear when the tunnels were dug or for what reason. Unverified sources on social media suggest they were evacuated during the 2020 and 21 coronavirus lockdowns so that members of the Shabbat could pray in secret. Jewish news site Forward claimed they were dug in the last year or two in order to illegally expand the building. Video footage posted in December and reports from the Shabbat on Monday suggest that one tunnel connects the synagogue with a disused mikveh on nearby Union Street. A mikveh is a ritual bath used by Orthodox Jews to purify new converts or women before marriage, or, children. So Richard Stroker, funny name. That's because that's literally Dick Stroker. I mean, I'm just saying that's what that is. Some of you owe Dick Stroker an apology. Okay. December 11th, 2023, Collin. He posts on Twitter, I keep hearing Yiddish under the floor in my New York apartment. I live at ground level and we have no basement. Okay. He says, I am not crazy. There are Jews living under my apartment. I hear them. It's like they are digging or something. For the record, I live at ground level and we do not have a basement. Again, November 7th, 2023. Okay? Like, this story, Collin, is fucking wild. We're not even there yet, bro. It goes deeper. The tunnels were discovered in December when local residents complained of suspicious noises coming from underneath their homes. Construction workers laying pipe near the synagogue then came across a tunnel and alerted Shabbat authorities. According to Hasidic news site COL Live, a schism over religious doctrine and ownership of the building had emerged between the Chabad movement and a group of young Jews who came mostly from Israel, Collin. This later group was allegedly responsible for digging the tunnels. Chabad Lubavitch chairman Rabbi Yehuda Krinsky condemned the vandalism, calling these responsible young agitators. Okay? These odious actions will be investigated and the sanctity of this synagogue will be restored. Our thanks to the NYPD for the professionalism and sensitivity. Jory Mika on Twitter, now Zionists are blaming Gen Z for their underground tunnels in New York City. The disgrace, here's Chaya Ralchik, right? The disgraceful teens who dug underneath the well-respected synagogue did so on their own after being explicitly told not to. They were against synagogue leadership. Gen Z has taught that nothing is more important than their feelings, and now they're emboldened to act entitled and spoiled with zero regard or respect for others. We keep seeing this time and again in all our institutions. We must fix the broken education system. The future of our country depends on it. Anyway, censored men. The Hasidic Jewish community is one of the strictest communities on earth. We literally saw videos of men being arrested, men rioting, and men coming out of the tunnels. Those were men, manly men. Like, to try and say those selfish Gen Z teens built those darn tunnels is laughable. Laughable indeed, censored men. Laughable indeed. So...
those damn kids.
Oh, why is there... So, the history of Chabad Jewish tunnels uncovered. Aleister Crowley wrote about the pogroms being due to reoccurring evidence of Jewish ritual sacrifice throughout Europe. These tunnels in Moscow were used as escape routes under the synagogue. This has apparently been going on for centuries. That escape route looks exactly like the one in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. I'll show you that in a second. So, Aleister Crowley first was an English occultist, philosopher, ceremonial magician, poet, painter, novelist, and mountaineer. So just some of this might be a little sketch. But here is the Moscow Habbat, right? I don't know if it's Habbat, but why is there no sound on this one either? What happened? So he's going to show you the synagogue anyway. So the shul was built in the late 1800s at a time when the Jewish people experienced pogroms. So what did the Jews who built this synagogue do? They made a tunnel. And this tunnel exists until this day. I can lift up this stone and look at this. Look inside. There's a tunnel, Care Bear. Secret tunnel. If there was a pogrom, they'd go in here. They'd escape from the shul, outside of danger. Now we're going to meet the rabbi of the shul. Come here. Rav Kogan. This is the rabbi. And he's showing him like hidden Jewish stuff where it's like, we got to be Jews hidden. Right? So, next. Here's a following excerpt from the Talmud, Avodah Zarah 10b, that sounds very similar to the story of Jewish blood libel. Ask yourself how this could be a lie if it's in their own scripture. Had a certain underground cave from which there was a tunnel that went from the house to the house of Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi. Every day he would bring 2 servants to serve him. He would kill one at the entrance of the house of Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi and would kill the other one at the entrance of his house so that no person would know that he had. Okay, so an excerpt from one of Crowley's writings on Jewish pogroms and ritual sacrifice. Human sacrifices are today practiced by the Jews of Eastern Europe. Human sacrifices are today still practiced by the Jews of Eastern Europe, as is set forth at length by the late Sir Richard Burton in the MS, with the wealthy Jews of England have compassed heaven and earth to suppress, and evidenced by the ever-reoccurring pogroms against which so senseless an outcry is made by those who live amongst those degenerate Jews who are at least not cannibals. It is to such people, indeed, that we are to look for the highest and subtlest spiritual knowledge, he asks. So, yeah, Jake Shields here saying, don't Israeli my meme. I'm definitely going to Israeli your meme and steal it and put it right here. The ADL says cement trucks are now a hate symbol. I believe this is fake. The image of a cement truck is an anti-Semitic symbol used by white supremacists to imply that Jews dig tunnels to be used for child trafficking. This comes after a tunnel was discovered under New York Synagogue. So, yeah. Why is there no... I have more to this. Hold on. Let me refresh and see why things aren't loading. Refreshies?
Oh.
But thoughts so far, Care Bear?
Besides how bizarre this story is, and you kicked me off of slides, by the way.
Okay, yeah, I just refreshed it. Hold on. I have to go to our actual slides and refresh them. Google Slides. But yeah, thoughts so far? I mean, you've lived in and around New York. How you think?
Yeah, but I never seen that. I never been in a synagogue, at least in New York. Actually, no, that's not true. But I am wondering about the connection of these tunnels here and then these tunnels in Israel.
Russia, yeah.
Like, is that a thing? Like, and why is this a thing?
Right.
So that's kind of what I'm wondering about.
Well, hopefully. Let's go back here. It's still missing stuff. But anyway, yeah, I mean, this is as much as I got through this, so, you know, but Yeah, kind of wild, right?
Yeah.
So
Probably
but,
just as well you didn't go any deeper than you wanted to.
yeah. I think I got through most of it. So
Yeah. Or at least Crab can finish it for you if he's really interested, since he was really especially wanting to.
yeah, I mean
Very interested in
it goes in. Like there's a lot
Yeah.
going on there. So let us know what you think about this craziness. Leave a comment, like and subscribe. You know the deal. Hit share. Hit that share button. Show us to your friends. We deserve it. But yeah. So you ready for our next one? Pretty much.
No, until you give me the code.
Oh yeah, I got to do that, don't I? Here, hold on. Let me go here, and then start remote, and then there you go. Same code as last time.
Same code.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All
There you
right.
go.
So
Let me check the rock fin and stuff first.
yeah.
They don't want their ghost hoe filled by Anna Mares. Very, very good job. Let me look on Rumble, see if there's any lizard people there. No.